You tell yourself you want peace. You tell yourself you're tired of conflict, tired of sides, tired of the same argument wearing a different jacket. And then you show up for a film called One Battle After Another. Because you don't actually want peace. You want a war you can understand. You want a villain you can point at so your fear feels like intelligence. You want the clean relief of us and them. And the title admits it before the trailer even starts. Not one battle, another. This is Paul Thomas Anderson, writing, directing, producing. This is Leonardo DiCaprio as Bob. This is Bob's daughter, Willa. This is a returning nemesis played by Sean Penn. And it lands in US cinemas on 26th September 2025. That's the whole geometry. Father, child, enemy. And you already know what your brain does with that geometry. It chooses a side. Because you've been trained, not by politics, by stories. Stories taught you that suffering is noble if it has an antagonist. Stories taught you that obsession is heroic if it calls itself protection. Stories taught you that the loudest emotion is the truest one. Now look at the way this film is presented. VistaVision, 70mm, IMAX. Big formats, big scale, big image. And you think that scale is about spectacle. It's not. It's about submission. When an image is that large, your body reacts before your mind can argue. Your chest tightens, your focus narrows, your nervous system says, pay attention. That's not cinema as entertainment, that's cinema as alignment. The film doesn't just show you conflict, it installs conflict into your breathing. Here's the first lens, Carl Schmitt's friend-enemy distinction. The idea that politics becomes real the moment it splits the world into two camps. You can reject Schmitt ethically and still recognize him psychologically, because your brain loves the binary. A binary is a shortcut. A binary is oxygen. A binary means you don't have to sit in ambiguity and decide what you believe. So when the nemesis returns, you feel it, clarity. Not because it's good, because it's simple. And that's the first confession one battle after another drags out of you. You don't only fear the enemy, you need the enemy. Second lens, Freud's repetition compulsion. The mind returning to the same pattern of distress because distress is familiar, because distress has rules, because distress gives you an identity. Peace doesn't have rules. Peace doesn't give you a role. Peace asks the rude question you avoid every day. Who are you without the fight? So the title isn't a thriller tease, it's a mirror held up to your habits. One battle after another, argument after argument, notification after notification, outrage after outrage. You don't live inside reality, you live inside escalation. And here's the part you won't admit until the film corners you. Willa isn't only a character, she's moral camouflage. A child in a story does something magical. It turns risk into responsibility. It turns obsession into love. It turns your appetite for conflict into something you can call decent. So you can root for Bob with a clean conscience. You can tell yourself, it's not about me wanting war, it's about a father doing what he must. That sentence, must, is where morality goes to die. Violence can destroy power, but it can't create it. And yet we keep reaching for violence, literal or social or rhetorical, because it feels like creation, it feels like agency, it feels like being real. That's why Anderson's one quoted line hits like a lit match inside a sealed room. I know what freedom is, it's no fear. If freedom is no fear, then ask yourself, why does fear feel so addictive? Why does the enemy feel so necessary? Why does battle feel like the only honest emotion you're allowed to have? This is the film's quiet cruelty. It doesn't give you a clean moral ladder to climb. It gives you recognition. It shows you the structure you live inside.
You thought you were watching a story about a man, his daughter, and a nemesis, but you're watching a story about your own dependence on conflict, your own need to be right, your own hunger to be seen fighting for something.